Hey love, welcome to my channel. My name is Rio from Rio Worldwide, bridging Filipino and American culture. If you are new here to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll always be notified whenever we upload new jump pack videos just like this. In today's video, I'm very excited to share this with you because this is a meeting with my former student Hamar, which he just finished his one-year internship from North Carolina to Florida. We will be tackling a lot of I would say topics that will be very beneficial for you, just like why did he choose front office, so you'll have an idea of what a front office is like as an intern. Also, we will be talking about what made him stay in the United States even there is a pandemic, and what did he experience when he got furloughed from North Carolina, and why did he choose to transfer to Florida. So there's really a lot of juicy information that you will be learning here. We also talk about what he learned from his one-year internship, as well as if he will change anything, what will it be, and if he will recommend this to you guys. So if you wanted to know, a deep knowledge from an intern who did this J1 program twice like me, and also did a one-year internship for the first time here in the United States, then this video is right for you. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and comment down below if you have any questions along the way. And without further ado, let's now start the video. So let's now welcome Hamar. Welcome back to my channel. I know that you are also excited to be here today, but first of all, thank you for giving your valuable time with us today. I know everyone is so excited to have you back here, and I know all of the things that we are going to be, talking about today, and also you will be sharing will be very beneficial for a lot of J1 interns. So without further ado, let's now start with our first question, which is why did you choose front office?
Okay, so before deciding to undergo my internship program, I considered two factors. First one is my previous work experience. So for you who don't know me personally, I work as a Uber driver partner support for 8 months, and I think that particular work experience of mine is very valuable. And I think that front desk department is my forte. I
Mhm.
am passionate about providing quality customer service with different people. I am comfortable with dealing with maybe complaints or inquiries. And we can't deny the fact that front desk jobs are
Mhm.
in high demand.
Yes.
And I am, one of my dream in life is to become a front desk manager or maybe a general manager. So I think it's a very good stepping stone for me to achieve those dreams of mine in the future.
Yes, definitely for sure. And I believe we've been friends for a while, and I know that you are, very good in handling those things, and I know that you are capable of doing great things. So that's like no doubt for me. For if in case like in 5 years from now, I will see you as the general manager of Marriott Hotel. Like, can you imagine
Ah,
that? Just by thinking about that, doesn't it
thank you
make you like
so much.
like even me, like just seeing you, like, just it's not even just about me, but like just seeing your growth, and like how the first time we talk about practicing the possible questions that the
Right?
consultant asks you, and then you're like, yes, I'm confident, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. But then when you go there, it's not like what we have talked about or what you have
Mhm.
practiced. It is your values and what you really want in life facing the console, and bringing all those, not just your confidence but your knowledge and your experiences in life, right? So it's really, to me, like, it's, I would say, like, fascinating, you know
Mhm.
for the better word, but it's really fascinating to me to see someone grows from one place and then to another. So yeah, congrats, and you're doing a great job actually.
Thank you so much. And you know what, guys? I just completed my internship 2 weeks ago. So,
Love it. I love it. So, how about for our second question? I want to ask you. So, we know that there is pandemic during your
mhm.
internship, and I know that it's been hard for a lot of us, you know. So when they offered you that, okay, Hamar, you
Mm-hmm.
know, you will be furloughed in North Carolina for your internship, and you know, if you want to still continue, there will still be offer in Florida, but you are going to pay for
Mm-hmm.
additional fee. Like, what made you decide to pay those additional fee? Because I know and I believe that a lot of students didn't push through and just, you know, say that, okay, whatever, I'm going home, I'm not paying anything, I'm
Right.
not giving you any extra penny, I'm going back home to the Philippines. So for you,
Mm-hmm.
what made you decide, you know, to push through with your program and, you know, transfer from North Carolina to Florida?
So before answering this question, I know that this question is very controversial, knowing that there are millions of interns in this country, and each of us have different, ideas and perspective about staying or going back to the Philippines. But you know what? I came up to the decision to stay in this country, knowing that going back to the Philippines will cost me money as well for the airfare. So I just think smart, and I decided to stay here because I have a mission. I have
Mm-hmm.
the internship program that I need to accomplish. And going back to the Philippines, I mean, there's a very strict flight regulation,
Mm-hmm.
and traveling, going back to the Philippines will expose myself from COVID, and I want to, stay healthy and I want to be
Mm-hmm.
COVID free. So I just decided to stay, and I think that my decision is the best decision.
Mm-hmm. Did you regret it?
Oh, and never. I think I'm 100% sure about my decision, and there's no such thing as regret.
Yes, yes, for sure.
Yes.
Maybe if, in my own opinion, I would say that if I am in your place too, and I am, you
Hmm.
know, currently an intern during that time and there was pandemic, I would also choose the same route that you choose, because
Hmm.
you know, you might be wondering why, you know, why would you like have to pay extra? Maybe how much did you pay? $500 or
I no, actually, I only paid for
yeah.
$300
See,
directly from my visa sponsor.
mm-hmm. Yeah, so you know, people might think about that, like, oh my God, extra $300. Why would I pay that? But I always look at something as like this is an
Hmm.
investment. If I will have to
Hmm.
give out or shell out, you know, $300, but it's gonna make
Hmm.
me $2,000, why not? That's not, you know, you're not really gonna lose money. But then if I will, you know, keep holding my $300
Hmm.
and then just go back to the Philippines, then I just wasted completely my whole internship. So like in my
Right.
own opinion, like if I were your, you know, in your place, everyone has a choice, and whatever you choose, it's not because, you know, the government, it's not because the pandemic, or
Hmm.
it's not because whatever, you know, the people around you, but whatever you choose will be always your choice. So every time that I make a decision, I always think of it
Hmm.
as like, is this going to be a good investment? Is this a liability or is it
Right.
an asset? And this is what I always tell to my students, to our orientation, that, you know,
Hmm.
paying extra $500 for choosing a state is nothing. Why? Because, like, for
Right.
example, I will be in New Jersey, where, you know, half
Hmm.
of the time it's going to be snowing, and then, you know, half of the time is low season, comparing to Florida, which I always love to compare, because Florida for me is like really one of the best states that I've been to.
Ah, yes, Florida.
Right, right, because
Of course.
most of the time, well, not really most of the time, but all year long, it's like there's really no winter, and there, you know, there's no snow here. So 75% of the whole year, it's busy season here. So if I can be earning, you know, let's say 10,000 more dollars, you know, here in Florida than in New Jersey, so $500 is nothing. You know, that's how I always
Right.
look at it. I mean, everyone, like you said, everyone has different perspective and ideas and goals in life. But like, if
Hmm.
you know, we will just be talking about our goals, that like, okay, you want to earn and save money, but also have the good experience. I think extra $300, you know, shelling out for, you know, in the midst of the
Hmm.
pandemic is really nothing, right?
Right. And I'm so glad. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
pandemic is a very, saddening experience for us to have. But you know what? This pandemic also leads me to something new and something
Mm-hmm.
that I will be grateful for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to, going here in Florida, and, HP USA sent me to a, you know, in a very, nice property in Key
Mhm.
Largo, and we are actually earning I mean, more money compared to my previous host company in North Carolina.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, $300 is nothing. You
Yeah,
know what I
it's
mean?
no
It's all about
brainer.
experience.
Yes, 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 for sure. So, with that being said, what is the difference from North Carolina to Florida? Because it's a very different culture, it's two different
Hmm.
state, I would say like two different vibe for sure because
Right.
what is an obvious like in North Carolina, it's cold, it snows in there, and Florida is more
Exactly.
a tropical weather. So, how would you compare the two?
Florida is more diverse because here I was able to meet different nationalities and race.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Florida is more welcoming with regards to LGBT community. And I
Oh,
think that
really?
Florida is giving, the rights
Mm-hmm.
visible to the people with regards to LGBT.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So now that you are, sharing this, this is also one of the things that I teach during my orientation. And, I always tell them like why choosing a state is important. And one of the
Hmm.
factors there is culture. Because it's not just because, oh, okay, I'm going to be in Florida because this, maybe like because of the weather. But yes, maybe
Hmm.
the weather is, what you are looking for. But how about the culture? What do you really want? Because it's not just
Right.
to be staying in a place for 3 months, or 2 months.
Hmm.
You're going to be staying in a place for one whole year. And if you didn't like something, like especially if you have a bad impression of a place for the first time, it's
Hmm.
always going to retain in your brain. And it's not just you trying to find, negativity, but it's just how brain works. Once you are, for example, once you're, what do you call this? Expectation is not met, is you're always going to be looking for negative things about the place. So that's why I always recommend for you guys, to always plan ahead every time that you wanted to choose a state or you wanted to do your internship, because if you fail to plan, you're, planning to fail. Okay, so always
Right.
plan your life according to your goals, not according to your friends' goals whenever they're ready, not according to your parents. I mean, I know that those are big factors too, but always consider what you truly want, what you truly enjoy, because you're the one who's going to be here in the United States. It's not going to be your friends, it's not going to be your parents, but only you.
Right. It's
So always,
yourself.
yeah, so always make the best choice for you and for the future you, right?
Right. And you know what, Rio, not being biased with other
Mm-hmm.
states now, but Florida is one of the best states to undergo your internship program,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you want to experience a challenging environment. Go here in Florida because work here in hospitality industry is very in demand, and the arrival of tourists and visitors are, continuously, growing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to travel, oh my God, there's a lot of theme parks, and
Yes.
the weather is the best here in
Mm-hmm.
Florida.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And speaking of challenging, I love that you mentioned that also because I have a friend here, in the United States that he's been to the states that I would say let's like cold parts of the United States, and then when
Okay.
he went to the Florida, because I'll like just to throw out there, a lot of people will
Mm-hmm.
always ask me what's the best state, and I will always say
Right.
Florida, but it really depends on you. So when he went here
Mm-hmm.
to Florida, because we plan on working together, and he didn't really like it. He said that Florida
Wow.
is, it's just hot for him. And then he's just, saying all of this
Okay.
negativity about Florida. And he also mentioned that it's challenging. It just got, it just shows that not a lot of people, maybe for both of us, we love Florida and it's the
Mm-hmm.
best state for us, but not a lot of people, are looking for a challenging place, or not a lot of people
Right.
I really, wanted to hustle that much, I would
Mm-hmm.
say. So, really, again, like, we will always go back to it, really depends what your goal is and what you really like in life. So maybe if you're
Right.
a fan of snow, then go, go in New York, go in New Jersey. I'm not stopping you
Mm-hmm.
guys, but if just like based from our own experience, like especially for me, that's why I left Pennsylvania, because I didn't enjoy
Oh,
the
okay.
snow, and also I
Mm-hmm.
noticed that my productivity is just like zero. Like,
It's very limited, right?
yes, yes, for sure. Like, have you ever wake up like, yes, oh my God, it's snowing, it's beautiful, but have you ever said like, oh my God, it's snowing, I want to work more? You know what I mean?
Right. I
Mm-hmm.
actually experienced that in North Carolina. When I wake up, I check the time and it's like, okay, it's 8 a.m. And then I just, read a book or watch a movie. And then when I check the time again, it's already like 5 p.m. And I didn't finish a single, project to do for the rest of the day because
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, winter or cold in general will make you feel lazy and it will
Mhm.
make you feel like I don't want to get out from bed.
Yes, yes, for sure. Bad weather, always. So my next question for you is that, since that you mentioned earlier that you just finished your internship 2 weeks ago,
Mhm.
do you think J1 program is worth it? Would you recommend this to your friends or, to other future aspiring J1 interns to do this J1 program?
Yes, of course, no question. I highly recommend to undergo your internship program with HPUSA as soon as possible because it's a life investment program. It's
Mm-hmm.
a life changing experience to have. And I think that coming here in the US will help you to understand not just this country, but yourself.
Yes.
And when I came here in the US, I get to know myself better and I am enjoying the things that I just found out about myself.
I love it. Yes. Can you share with us like one or two, things that you've learned in the United States while you are in your J1 program?
Okay, so way back in the Philippines, you know what? I am very conscious about how I feel, how I act, how I react to the world. But when I came here in the US, I just realized that there's a moment for everyone. And here, you will realize that you are um, being appreciated by people by being yourself.
Yes.
And here in the US, your opinion is valid and your dreams are more achievable here in the US.
Just in my mind, like that's one of the things too that I've learned during my internship. Growing up, I was always so conscious about my body because people, well, I just don't want to say what country it is, but from your heart, as our
Right.
culture is, we
Uh-huh.
grew up with people always telling us if we are too
Mm-hmm.
thin or we're too fat, or we're gaining weight, or how
Right.
arms are big or maybe your nose is big. Like, why? What I don't understand is like, why do they have to tell you when you can exactly see this in the mirror? You know what I mean? Like, it
Mm-hmm.
just it it's not very
Right.
at all. But then here in the United States, if you say
Mm-hmm.
to somebody that, hey, you look like you're gaining weight, if you say that to the wrong person, they can like smack you or like knock you out, because that's like so rude. Like, never say that to a person. Not just
Right.
not just like when you come over here in America, but like guys, come on, like it's
Mm-hmm.
2021. Would you be happy if someone will tell you that you're gaining weight? You know what I mean? Does it really help you
Exactly.
with your confidence, or just even like for example, if when you have kids and then if someone tell your kid that, oh, you look like fat, or you look like a fat pig, like, do you think that's nice comment? You know what I mean?
That's too much.
I know, but
No.
then it's
Right.
reality. It happened to me a lot of times, even with just like simple as what do you call this, as like, I don't know the difference between sweater and jacket. Like, people made fun of me when I wasn't younger during that time, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
so stupid. Like, I was telling this to my partner and he's like, why would they make fun of you? That's just so stupid. Like, it's just a sweater and a jacket. Like, what's Like what,
Right.
I mean, like what's the big deal about that? But
Like,
then
what's the point?
yeah,
Like, what's the point of you judging me?
yeah, instead of like correcting me and helping me, like, hey Rio, maybe you don't know, but this is really how what the difference is. Instead of like just helping each other, like people try to bring you down and make
Mm-hmm.
fun of you and use, the things that you are not really good at against you. But like here in the United States, I feel that everyone has like their own opinion. If you are not capable of
Right.
this, they teach you with this. You know what I mean? Even if it's just
Right.
talking in English. In the Philippines, people will make fun of you if your grammar is not correct or if your English is what they call like baroque, right? But then here in
Yes.
America, this was like, the beginning of my program, and I will be shy speaking in English because, oh, I'm not really good at English, maybe they will make fun of me. But then someone told me, my colleagues was like, why would they make fun of you? Like, English is not your first language. You know what I mean? Even
Right.
true Americans who was born, and raised here, they don't even speak perfect English. So why would you be shy on that? At least you are trying.
Right. And you know what? Going back, I highly suggest every students who are qualified to do internship to come here in the US because how would I say this? But you will develop yourself like way much more if you stay in
Mm-hmm.
the Philippines. Like
Mm-hmm.
here, like we can't deny the fact that when you're an intern in the Philippines, your tasks and responsibilities are very limited.
Mm-hmm.
But when you come here in the US and do your internship, you are obligated to do so much. Like you can be as expressive as you can be,
Mm-hmm.
and you can be who you are as much as you want to be.
Yes, it's not just like, okay, this is your task, this is how you should talk, like that's how we do it
Right.
in the Philippines. Even with our managers, that we treat them as just like, your God. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do whatever
Mm-hmm.
you want. You know what I mean? But here, you know that you have your own rights and your own opinion that you can voice out to your manager. That if you don't like something, you can like, hey, I don't really enjoy this. Do you think you can
Exactly.
help me out with this? Like you have all of
Mm-hmm.
this freedom. That's like one of the things that I really love here about too in the United States. I'm just so excited like talking
Okay.
about this. Really excited about it because
Right.
you know for sure. I just don't want to talk about like my
Mm-hmm.
experience because maybe some viewers will be like, oh Rio, you're biased, because you are recommending this and you want us to apply. But see for yourself. Even Hamar said
Right.
he really enjoyed this. If this is something bad, I would not recommend this.
Exactly. Like go out of your comfort zone and explore. Go for an extra mile, and maybe US is the right country for you.
Because you'll never know if you never tried it. Maybe US is not the right, the state for, for the rest of your life, but maybe this will be your stepping stone to meet your
Right.
future employer from Australia. Or, maybe people from Europe are coming to your resort to have vacation and then they love your service and they offer you, like a working visa in Europe where you always wanted to live and dream. You know what I mean? So it's not just like, okay, America is the best. No, but this is just like one of,
Right.
the stepping stone to open more opportunities in
Mhm.
your life, right?
Exactly. It's all about the learnings that you will experience throughout your journey here in the US.
Yes.
And if US is not the right country for you, as what you said, then for sure US will going to mold you to become the best version of yourself heading to your final destination maybe.
Yes, 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 for sure. Because, like they said, life happens for you, not to you. Everything happens for a reason. You meet someone, maybe, hurt you, but then use that pain to make you stronger. Or you meet this manager that, will tell you this and that, but then also at the same
Hmm.
time, with those experience, you can use that to the next level of you because every time that you wanted a new result, of course you need new skills and new capabilities. So
Hmm.
with those challenges, it can adds up and then turn it to a big, I would say like a big new skill or new identity to you, and
Hmm.
you move you up to another level. So yeah, I love it. I love it. So anyway,
Perfect.
so if you are going to do this J1 program again, will you
Hmm.
change anything? Or if you want to change anything, if you will have to do this all over again, what will you change?
I think things happen for a reason, and I wouldn't change anything about my experience
Mm-hmm.
undergoing my internship. But I only have one thing that I will never do it again.
Okay.
First is never argue with your guest, and
Okay.
second thing is never argue with your manager.
Okay. Why did you say this?
Because when you work in hospitality,
Mm-hmm.
it is understandable that you're with the guests. Like, no matter how they feel, no matter how
Mm-hmm.
frustrated they are, you need to align yourself and understand them.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of arguing with them, it won't make the problem any better, but
Yep.
you're just making the situation worse.
Mm-hmm.
So you just need to, empathize and, make that guest feel that,
You
you are
understand
there to
them.
help her.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And lastly, never argue with your manager, because your manager should be your best friend,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you want to like request for a day off because you need to go,
Yeah.
and travel.
Yes.
Like, yeah, never argue with your manager. And you cannot control things. And I myself, I argued with my manager. And right now, I just ended my internship and I was like, why did I do that? I can
Yeah.
just, smile at my manager and say, okay, you're right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, sometimes comes
Right.
easy or it doesn't come naturally for a person to accept what their mistakes are. But
Hmm.
what's important is that you recognize that you made a mistake and next time you won't
Exactly.
do it again. Because
Right.
if a lot of times a very good example you shared it too, because one of the things that my tips for you guys, for all aspiring interns is that if you see something wrong or you didn't like in the management or maybe at your workplace, instead of like keep complaining, say it in proper way, because
Right. Let's say in
I've
a professional way.
yes, that's the right word. Yeah. Because we have seen a lot of students, around my workplace, even specifically J1 interns, who just complain. And then they always want, to get something out from the manager, oh, why are you giving this to her? Why are you doing this for her? You know what I mean?
Right.
But also at the same time, why would they give you extra day off, or why would they give you favor if you don't do them a favor? Life is all about give and take, and it's not just like you. It's also about us. It's also about we, you and me in this world. Okay,
Right.
if you guys want to have a better day off, or maybe have more day off, or maybe have less day off, if you want to earn more money and have more hours in your hotel, always align yourself or put yourself in the shoes of your manager. Do you think if you act like, let's say, like a bitch, you know what I mean, like, do you think they will favor you? So
Right.
always make sure that you are also aligning yourself and tell them what are your concerns are, but also at the same time work, give more to others so they
Right.
can give back to you also.
Yes, and you know what? Your managers are are basically aware that you're an intern and you're just there for a very limited time.
Mm-hmm.
And they know for sure that you don't have a family in that particular city, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's, if there is someone who understands you the best, for sure that's your manager.
Yes, I totally agree. And also, let's not forget our HR managers because they're really the one who's like, one of, I would say, one of the friendliest people in at
Ah,
work, because they know they're
right,
the one who's there, even you are in the Philippines, they're the one who's like communicating with you. And guys, just to let you know that they give special treatment to J1 interns. 100%, no doubt about that. They always give
exactly.
special treatment. That's why a lot of like regular employees in the hotel will be sometimes jealous to some J1 interns because they favor it more, but they don't understand the feeling of being a foreign national in the United States, not knowing anyone, being here in the first time, experiencing their culture is very hard, not including missing your family who's like thousands miles away.
Ah,
Yeah.
of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my God. I really love this. I can't believe that we've, gone through all the questions already. But again, thank you so much, Hamar. I always love talking to you. I always
Ah,
appreciate you and I always value your time because you every time that I talk to you, it's not just me, I would say like, giving you advice, but also I am learning from you as well. And I love seeing your progress, talking to you from the Philippines and now you're here in Florida to North Carolina to Florida again.
right?
Love it. And I can't wait to see you to be, as a general manager in the hotel.
Ah, of course. And thank you so much for inviting me for tonight, Rio. I highly appreciate that. And I'm looking forward for more collaboration in the
Yeah.
future. And good luck. And for future interns, if you want to be a successful hotelier in the future, then this girl in your screen is the best person to get in touch with.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. By the way, if you have your Instagram, promote it so they can follow you, whatever you're trying to do. Maybe you wanted to start a YouTube channel, go promote it. Let them know what you are doing.
Also, for now, I don't have my YouTube channel yet, but yeah, on Instagram, just kindly please follow me and I will follow you back. It's Blake
Mhm.
Hamar 02. That's it.
Oh, awesome. Thank you again so much and I hope to see you soon.
Of course. Thank you so much. Bye.
Okay, and that sums up our video. If you enjoyed this, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you still have any questions that we haven't tackled or you want us to discuss next time, please comment down below. And also, if you're interested for more J1 program videos, please click these two videos right here. I make a lot of J1 videos in American culture that is for sure will help you to have a successful J1 program. And that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much. See you next week.